Alright guys, Supreme Kami here, and today we are going to be doing Tsuchiga Summon for the Unicorn and then Banagher Link. So I think for this game, it's kind of hard to do Tsuchiga Summon because I've been looking at what is releasing for future, especially looking at the green characters and then anything that falls underneath the generic unit, which is the translation for this one over here. It's kind of hard because I've been reading through some of the, like, I'm just picking like a few that is future releases, for example, and I don't really see like real differences as far as like one is doing more things that are the others not doing, or one is doing way better than the other. So it's kind of hard to suggest you guys like, oh, don't pull this one because XYZ, or pull this one because of XYZ. So it's kind of tough, honestly. I won't even lie, because I'm not really doing like anything that's like a nitty gritty comparison or anything of an analysis, like pinpointing to a specific, let's say the stat line, the EX skill damage, or the skill damage, or like the weapon damage and whatnot. So I'm just giving out kind of like, or showing you guys what is releasing, and then I think the biggest portion that we will be rating on is definitely the EX animation, because that is like the thing you see throughout the game, right? So let's kind of rate that. Yeah, why don't we do that? So Unicorn, like I told you guys, it's going to be a unit that you guys will see pretty frequently throughout the game. There's a lot of scene throughout the Gundam Unicorn series that they are able to pull specific animation from. This scene is definitely not anything that, let's say, excludes from that. This one, if I recall correctly, is from kind of like the ending scene for the OVA version of the Unicorn series, so not the I guess the TV version of people. So this is a scene right before Banagher alongside with the Unicorn is descending towards Earth. I don't know what specific battle they were fighting against, but I know it does involve the Senenju with full frontal, so I do know that much. But if you guys like this specific animation, definitely do go for it. But if you guys are kind of like, I don't really like this specific version of the Unicorn with the beam, with the dual beam Tanfa, then something you can skip. Because, like I said again, we will be getting more Unicorn along the way, but probably not gonna be for a green element. It's probably gonna be for a blue element, a purple element, or even a yellow element. So we have that. Secondly, we do have to consider a lot of, these right there. Should I say consider them? No, we don't really care about these, because as we are going to be taking a look at future releases, you guys will probably see some similarities as far as the generic green element, so we will not pay too much attention to that. So before we hop into the website, let's take a look at Banagher. I think Banagher is actually not a bad palette to kind of grab. I'm kind of simply looking at, for future proof. Is he future proof? I think majority of the effects kind of is, actually, because first and foremost, if we do take a look at the second skill, is stack. Any unit that falls under the protagonist tag, you can use it. Any unit that falls underneath the high firepower, you can use it. And then any unit that has the unicorn type category, you can use it, right? The only one that's kind of a little bit niche is definitely the Laplace, or is that even how you pronounce it? The Laplace incident. I think that's probably the only one you may not find common throughout a lot of units. But other than that, I mean, like this palette is gonna be future proof for any future releases unicorn unit. It may not have to be green. I think this is definitely something that we will kind of ignore. It's still good. So if you guys ask me, should I go for the unicorn or the Banagher palette, I think, yeah, he's definitely future proof. So with that said, we'll kind of bring into the next question. What type of banner are these two? These two banner, they are standard. So what that means, within given time, both the Unicorn and Banagher, they will make their way into the standard pool. But for the time being, since right now this game is still fresh, there's just not a lot of way to accumulate UR units for whatnot. So I will not really mind you guys go ahead to do a few more to summon to see if you guys can secure both the Unicorn and Banagher. So that's just kind of my opinion. But moving forward, once we get more releases like exclusive limit characters, then at that point in time, I will kind of suggest you guys to hold off, wait until we get some limited releases, then go for them. So I think we kind of established the premise of that. So I'm kind of leaning toward the no already, because this is a standard banner. So, but for Banagher himself, I think he's pretty good. He's gonna fit into a lot of builds for sure because of this right there, and yeah. So let's take a look at the website. So we are specifically looking at the green element. Unfortunately, I was not able to categorize it by the generic typing or the generic unit. So I have actually pulled up a few units. So they actually have rating the evaluation. So I'm not really gonna spend too much time, kind of analyzing what they have and analyzed already. I'm just kind of gonna take a look at it at face value. They actually do have great analysis that are on top right there, so pretty good. So definitely a reliable source you guys can use to determine whether or not you want it. So this unicorn is the unicorn perfectibility. So if we quickly do a quick comparison to see what this unicorn is doing, you guys can see pretty similar things. 520%, ignore defense and whatnot. So you're seeing similar things already. This may be the portion that is a little bit different. Skill 2 from the unicorn we have currently. Sub skill currently is not available, so we will not we will not consider that at the moment. But you're seeing similar stuff, so not a whole lot of difference. As far as the actual weaponry, obviously gonna be a little bit different, so we do have that. But overall, it's looking pretty similar as far as the actual skill themselves. And then up next, we do have the Quibble Mark 2. So let's take a look at this one. This one is actually doing similar things, roughly about the same damage, roughly doing about the same things as far as the actual sub skill itself or the sub effects, so pretty good. The transcendent skill, I'm not sure why this one does not have it, kind of odd, I will have to say. But yeah, doing pretty similar things to what the unicorn is already doing more damage. But this one on the other hand is giving out some more survivability stuff, so that's pretty cool. As far as the actual main weapon, secondary weapon, third weapon, they're obviously going to be a little bit different. But as far as the power grading themselves, like even like the distance and whatnot, I think they're pretty similar. So now as we do take a look at the Alex Gundam, let's see what this one is cooking. This one is yeah, roughly about the same damage, roughly doing about the same thing as far as his transcendent skill. This one's a little bit, pretty similar, right? Improving accuracy, we don't really have that, so this is more geared toward this specific unit. So the main thing I want to show you guys is what we are getting for the skill, EX skill 1 or 2. They're the same, pretty much the same. So it's just a more preference of like what unit you like at the end of the day. Like, do you guys like something like this right here? I like this unit, I would definitely go for it. Or do you guys like the Quibble? I'm not really the huge fan of the Quibble, so I may not. I'll probably skip on it. Or are you guys like OG fans that like the Alex Gundam? So at the end of the day, all you have to do is take a look at, the animation. Do you like the unit? If you like it, go for it. And secondly, do consider what kind of banner it's coming from. Is it a standard or is it limited? So I think that's pretty much the whole idea of like, I guess, should you guys summon or not? Because honestly, there's not like a whole lot of different things that I'm seeing right now that would say, yeah, this unit is a lot more better because of X or Z. Unfortunately, I just haven't done a whole lot of analysis as far as what they all do. But this is kind of like what I want to talk to you guys about, whether or not you guys should summon or not. But other than that, that is pretty much what I want to talk to you guys about. Obviously this is not really like a full analysis of why summon or not. It's just more, I guess, for this game is more geared towards what you guys like, what kind of good animation we're looking at. So I think that should do. But other than that, let me know like you guys give me some feedback as far as how you guys want me to rate these units, because like I said again, it's kind of hard because we are looking at pretty similar things. So I think at the end of the day, it just kind of comes down to what you guys like. So what I can probably do is showing you guys what are going to be releasing in the future, so you guys are kind of well aware of what is coming, so you guys can make your own educational guesses of like, all right, these units are going to be coming out, so I should probably save or whatnot. But other than that, that's going to be pretty much it as far as this video, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one.